Just like Sybil was a person that, really stood by my side, and she really, helped me out a lot through my things, and she's, like I said, a very supportive person. She's also, been a good mother and things like that. Since we got married and things like that, she really tries,
Yeah.
She really cooks good, takes care of the home and things like that.
That's a good one.
And like I said, I can't stress, I just saw a lot of things in her. What really, really was a turning point for me at Hiram, when I was at Hiram, I was a football player and I got hurt September 8th, 2001. And she was the only one that helped take care of me when I tore my ACL on my right leg here. And, she would take me to my hospital visit. She would cook my food, help me out in the restroom. It's different things like that. It was really amazing. And I know from that time, that was my turning point. I can't let her go. And then someone in the building that I lived in, my RA, told me I'll be a fool not to marry her and things like that. And I already was thinking, I already know I'm going to marry her. So when, when she would leave for class and leave me in a room where I couldn't go, I would have a next door neighbor named Rick. He would take me up to Walmart, things like that, to make payment on the ring and things like that. So finally paid it off and things like that. And first ring, and then I upgraded to another one at Zills. A little bit more money.
Things
like
you
that.
gotta start
somewhere. So, but she's been a really amazing and a really, rocking my family. Like I said, you need a good wife to stand behind you or with you, and I think she does that really, really well. So that's why. I married her, and that's why we're still together.
Okay, excellent. How has God really played a role in you two's marriage?
I pray all the time, and I ask God to help me, because I'm not perfect. I have my little quirks and my little ways, and I constantly ask God to touch our marriage, and my prayer constantly is, God, be a force field around my marriage. So that I don't get in my marriage's way, he doesn't get in our marriage way, and that other people can't come in.
Right.
I can't, I don't know everything, you know what I mean? So I need God to show me how to be a good wife.
Yeah.
I need God to help me in that, I need God to silence my mouth sometimes when I want to open my mouth and say something that I shouldn't say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I pray and I ask God a lot every night, to be honest with you, not just some, but I ask God every night just to help me and continue to bless my marriage and to touch my marriage, because my family is something that I hold dearly. I came from a broken home. I don't want my daughter to have to go through that.
Yeah.
I want my daughter to be able to say that my parents withstood the storm.
Yeah.
Because, when you think about people who've been married for 55, 60 years,
Yeah.
I would be a fool to think that they've never gone through anything, that they've never had any struggles.
Yeah.
But the important part would be is that they overcame those struggles and they kept it together.
Yeah.
And so no matter what we might go through in our future, I just pray and I ask God that He be the rock in our marriage, and to keep us strong, and to to help us through whatever we may go through.
I think God has played a part in our relationship because, like I said, we pray together and we try to, when we do have arguments and things, we pray on it and things like that, and we come back and then we sit and we talk about it. Knowing similar things like that, we lived in Illinois, in Carbondale, Illinois. We both, would go to church and things like that, so we got the word there a lot more than what we do today. There's no particular reason why, but haven't found a church home yet. But going to church really, really helped us out, and staying together and praying, and also keeping people out of our business and things like that. That's the number one thing. Oh yeah, I know. I'm going to
for everybody. Please elaborate on what you just said.
Keeping people out your business.
Yes,
I think it is because they can build a wedge between you and your spouse or your partner, anybody. What that means is, if we have complications, we try to work it out ourselves. I don't go run telling my mother. Sybil doesn't go run telling her brother, or her family, or mother, or anybody like that. It's just one of those things that you have to keep internally, and you have to solve it and things like that if it gets difficult. And then when we vent, we always want to vent up to people that's been married longer than us. We've been married for 7 years, going on 8. But there's people out there who've been married 25. Maybe you want to ask them, what did you do in a situation like this, rather than look at someone that's struggling a little bit and things like that, and moving backwards. So Just word to the wise, just, vent up and things like that, not down,
Not down.
situations like that. But God, I say, has played a tremendous role in our life. I believe that we are blessed, and we pray about it. And if I don't know anything, we both are blessed with the things that we have, because it's been many things, that people would love to have the things we have, or things that we've been, and things like that. So we've been fortunate to have all these things, and education and things like that.
Yes, sir.
And a beautiful daughter.
I just think God is blessed. I think like God brought us together, and I don't think it was freaking nature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I honestly feel like He's for me, and I honestly feel that I'm for Him.
Yeah.
There's nobody who could love me the way He loves me,
Yeah.
and I know there's nobody who could love Him the way I love Him.
Yeah.
And that's just how I feel. No matter what you might see, you might see somebody in the street who looks nice, talks nice, but he ain't Billy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And he might find somebody in the street who say, "Oh, she cute, she this and da 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 da," but she ain't simple.
That's right.
And so, the way I look at that, like, it's us. You know what I mean? It's us forever. As far as keeping people out your business, if you want to fail and do anything within your marriage or relationship, go tell people your business.
Okay.
Go tell people, like, for instance, like, Bill laughs at me because, like, I don't go bragging to all my friends how good of a man I got. That ain't none of their business.
Right.
I know I got a good man, and he's a good man. He is. But I don't need to go tell Shaquanda and whoever this, that, and other, all the little things he's done for me, because what he does for me, that's between me and him. And I don't go telling them how bad he is. If we've had an argument, that nobody needs to know that. That's none of their business. Because regardless of what you think, people don't like to see people happy.
You're right. Yeah.
Sometimes your family don't like to see you happy. Your friends don't like to see you happy. Plain old strangers might treat you better than your family or your friends, and might push for you more than the other two. So if we had an argument and I go tell my cousin or my brother, of course, because I'm their family member, they're naturally going to side with me, maybe. And if, let's say, it is a real bad argument, where if I have forgiven him, they might not have.
Yeah.
And so, and then I'm drawing a wedge between my family and my husband. When if I'd have kept my mouth shut in the first place, we just worked it out.
Right.
It wouldn't have been that big of an issue.
Right. Briefly, about 2 minutes. Let's talk about not quitting. Not quitting.
You can't quit. Like divorce, we say, "Oh, that's the bad word in our house." Yeah, we call it the D word. It's forever.
Yes, and as I say, you just have to stick it out no matter what happens, and you just have to be really, really, willing to forgive. And it's going to be some times until people go through the storms and things that Sybil mentioned before, but you have to be able to make it out those storms and things like that, be successful. Not to just be a team and things like that, because if you're not a team, then if you're going against and telling your family and things like that, then it's going to build the wedge and things like that, then that comes and deteriorates your marriage and things like that, I say. So we've been really good by keeping people out of business, and that's why I think that, thank the Lord that we've been married this long and things like that, because everyone says, wow, almost 7 years, 8 years, and things like that. I mean, I know it's a long time, but, think of the person that's been married 15 years,
So we look at it like dropping the bucket, like, because we living for the long haul. So, like, 7 years, to me, this is nothing. Like, I might not even remember this year being married when we've been married for 55 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, I look at it like I'm waiting for that golden anniversary. Like, I know it's going to happen.
Right.
I know it's going to be with this person.
Right.
That's just how I look at it. Like, if you have problems, and you will. I mean, you're not always going to agree. You know what I mean? You're not. And you just stick it out. And you just, you stick it out and you pray, you talk and have conversation and work it out.
Yeah.
If you can't work it out that night, come back to it the next night.
Yeah.
Or maybe even making adjustments too, like in what you're doing, because easily you can find out things. Because, like I said, our marriage hasn't been perfect, but I've had some things, and I learned to adjust to different things, listen to her, and she's learning things to adjust to me, and just try to slowly integrate those into your marriage.
And hold on to that. We're gonna go to part 3.